You're always training her, whether you mean to or not. Let's get one thing straight. You are always training her how to treat you, even when you're silent, even when you let it slide, even when you tell yourself, it's not a big deal. Every moment in a relationship, you're either reinforcing your value or teaching her that it's okay to ignore it. Most guys don't even realize this. They think being nice will earn love, that being accommodating makes them safe, that giving more guarantees, she'll give it back. But here's what's actually happening. You're showing her that you'll tolerate anything just to keep her around. And the second she feels that, she stops respecting you. You teach her that your words don't matter when you don't follow through. You teach her that you're not serious when you draw a line and then erase it the moment she pushes back. You teach her that your boundaries are suggestions, not standards. You become predictable, pliable, forgettable. And while you think you're building trust, she's quietly testing your strength, not with words, but with behavior. Let me break your delusion. When she flakes and you act like it's fine, you just trained her. When she raises her voice and you stay silent, you just trained her. When she pulls away emotionally and you chase harder, you just trained her. You trained her that she can violate your standards and still have your full attention. You trained her that you fear confrontation more than you value yourself. You trained her that you don't lead, you react. And women never respect men who react. The world doesn't give you what you deserve. It gives you what you demand. And if you don't demand respect, you'll be left begging for affection. She may never say it, but she's watching how you hold yourself, how you respond to disrespect, how easily you bend to keep the peace. And the brutal part? The longer you tolerate her testing you, the more disgusted she becomes. Not because she's cruel, but because she's wired to follow strength. You either become the man who sets the tone, or the one who gets tuned out. Start realizing this. You're not just in a relationship, you're leading one. And if you're not leading with clarity, she'll follow nothing. Masculine leadership or emotional chaos. So, what happens when you don't lead? Chaos. When you're indecisive, she becomes controlling. When you're passive, she becomes critical. When you're unclear, she becomes cold. It's not because she's broken, it's because nature hates a vacuum. And when your masculine presence disappears, her nervous system panics. You think she wants full control? No. She wants a man strong enough to say, this is how we move, this is what I stand for, this is the line. She wants to rest in her feminine, but she can't when you're a question mark. She has to harden just to survive the relationship. And then you wonder why she's not soft anymore. You made her that way. You trained her to lead because you refused to. Here's the hard part to accept. You allowed it. You allowed the shift in power. You allowed the disrespect. You allowed the tests to go unanswered. And now, your relationship isn't intimate. It's competitive. She's not looking at you with awe. She's looking at you like a burden. She's not leaning on your strength. She's picking up the pieces of your indecision. You want her to follow, but you never claimed the role of a leader. You want her to admire you, but you keep asking for permission. You want her to feel safe, but you don't even feel strong inside yourself. Let this sink in. She doesn't want a dictator. She wants direction. She doesn't want dominance. She wants decisiveness. She doesn't want submission. She wants safety in your strength. If you can't anchor the relationship with certainty, she will drift. Or worse, she'll sink it out of frustration. So what's the fix? You start leading. You stop tolerating. You start speaking your truth immediately when something feels off. And you stop managing her emotions like it's your job. Because the truth is, if you don't step into your masculine frame, she'll outgrow you. She'll test you endlessly. She'll lose interest and won't even know why. Boundaries are not optional. They are your identity. Most men hear the word boundary and flinch. They think it's confrontational, aggressive, risky. But here's the truth. Your boundaries aren't a threat to love. They're the foundation of it. A man without boundaries is a man without a spine, without direction, without power. Every time you ignore what bothers you just to keep things peaceful, you kill the relationship, not all at once, but piece by piece, from the inside out. Women do not trust men who betray themselves. Let that burn into your mind. You can be the most loyal, giving, romantic man in the world. But if she senses that you'll betray your values just to keep her, she loses trust. And when trust dies, desire follows. So what does a real boundary look like? It's not a threat. It's not a tantrum. It's a calm, unwavering line drawn from self-respect. Examples. If you yell at me, I leave the conversation. Every time. If you disrespect my time, you lose access to it. If you want me in your life, this is the standard I live by. And here's the secret. Once you draw that line, you never move it. You don't explain it 20 times. You don't plead. You don't ask her to agree. You state it. You live it. She adapts or exits. Because the truth is, boundaries don't push women away. Weakness does. A woman may complain in the moment, but if she's feminine and emotionally mature, she'll feel safer than she ever has. Because finally, she's with a man who won't fold. She doesn't want to walk all over you. She wants to feel that you won't let her. That's when the testing stops. That's when the polarity returns. That's when she softens again. You want to rewire her behavior? Start by rewriting your own. The standard is you. Close the gap or lose her. Here's the truth no one told you. She's not confused. You are. You're confused about what you'll tolerate. You're confused about your role. You're confused about whether you're leading or chasing. And confusion, it teaches her one thing. I can treat this man however I want. Because he doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know who he is. And he won't leave, no matter what I do. So what's the fix? Raise the standard. And start with you. You want her to be more feminine. You need to become more masculine. You want her to respect you again. Start living in a way that you respect yourself. That means hit the gym, not for her, for you. Stop arguing. Say what you mean and walk if it's violated. Build your mission. Let her orbit your purpose, not your insecurity. Stop apologizing for wanting to be a leader. You are one. Start acting like it. Because if you don't raise the standard, another man will. And she'll follow him, not because she's cruel, but because women follow strength. You have two choices now. 1. Keep tolerating and lose her respect. 2. Or raise the bar and become someone she wouldn't dare test. This is your wake-up call. Train her how to treat you, or someone else will.